Union, you only participate much on United Nations because that's where your money comes from. But domestic issues that touches or affects Malawians literally, you don't. 2 weeks ago, your DPP government never, not only 2 weeks ago, all SADC meetings that took place since Mr. Peter Mutharika came into power, he has not attended. What is going to be your foreign policy towards the alliance? And you, DPP, we want you to find out, to answer us. Are you going to review or you continue the same? We want to say something as people that have got eyes. You want any participation in SADC, African Union matters, is destroying Malawi. Because Africa is now becoming one continental village. The problem of one part of Africa is the problem of the other. But if you sideline and you're not involved, you just concentrate in UN General Assembly meetings, then you are destroying. Now we are asking you, DPP, Mr. Peter Mutharika and Atubele, what is going to be your foreign policy? Are you going to review what you are following or you continue with the status quo? That's the question. Creations of dozen embassies, because this is one part we wanted to say about foreign policy. Creation of dozen embassies and a village full of embassies has created employment, appeasing the alliance members or families, which has robbed Malawi's development. Because some embassies are just opened for you and your families to be given employment outside, to enjoy life, when they are not doing literally anything. And it doesn't even help our country. So we are asking you, what your foreign policy is going to be like if you get into power, towards the alliance, and you if you are re-elected again. Because this foreign policy you have followed has just given your concubines and your friends and your family and your children to be in embassies just to chop money. But there's nothing that the country is gaining. So you owe us an explanation what will be your foreign policy like, including you on towards the alliance. The other bullet. We have pacts, loans, bilateral and multilateral agreements. Are you going to review them or you proceed the status quo? Because we, as Muvi Wachilungamo and the utopian philosophy, will tell you that this has faltered. Because what happened in these multilateral and bilateral agreements and all the loans and pacts that you signed, Mother Malawi never tasted any fruit from what you have done. Mother Malawi has not done or gotten anything from whatever pacts you signed. It is you that are winning. Because you can be able to buy a house in Brazil. You can be able to buy a property in Portugal. You can be able to buy properties in Australia. Countries that when you die, you will never go to be buried there. But you will be buried in this dilapidated nation. So you better tell us what is your foreign policy going to be like, and we want to know. As the philosophers, because we are watching you and we are making sure that you do right things, because if you don't, we are going to come back here and decampaign you. Campaign number 7. Malawians want to see the rule of law where the president, the minister, member of parliament, councillor, principal secretary and the public servants must not be above the law. We want to know why should Sanders Juma have a case and go in for 8 hours to court and charged or sentenced to so many years for a petty crime. Yet, the minister, the president, the principal secretary is given bonus. You must go home, we can get this case after a year. Go and relax first. After a year, it's forgotten. The dockets are missing. Police are forced to change everything. And they are still free people. This type of life, in this generation of the utopian philosophy, you will not be in the government longer. You will not even complete 5 years. Because Malawians are tired. They will punish you for the sins of others. They will go into the streets and never come back, and your country will be ungovernable. Your government will not even work. Therefore, you will be removed before time. The best you should do, we are urging you that we are talking to Toss Alliance because we don't know whether DPP will listen, because they're in the government, they have failed. As I speak to you today, now, They are vile and very bad graphics of a human being burned like cassava in Zolozolo in zoos just today. But there's a police, there's a military, there's a government. This type of lawlessness is not wanted in our country. So we need an assurance that the law is going to be enforced, empowered, strengthened, ballooned, so that whoever breaks the law should face the same law, regardless of what status he is holding in society. There must be an encouragement that the law should be above everyone, including the president. Now, we ask you, Tonsi Alliance, we want to see amongst you anybody who abuses the laws of Malawi, who abuses public funds, should face the law without mercy, without this thing of saying we were campaigning together, we suffered together in the podiums, so you cannot arrest me. If you do that, you have no difference between you and DPP. If you do that, there will be no difference from where we are coming from and where we are going. It will just be the same. So there will be no need to vote. We need to give strength and courage to Malawians to vote for change, and that change should be touchable. We wanted to say something like that. So we need the laws that works. In addition, we want you to declare that hospitals will be fully equipped, where a president, a minister, member of parliament, a councillor, and all public people will go to that hospital and get treatment. This thing of South Africa, Garden City Clinic, Egypt, India must stop, because we are all equal when it comes to contributing to this national coffers. And most of them, we are the bosses, because we pay tax and you don't pay tax. Unless you put the law that president, ministers, and all must pay tax, then you understand. But we are the ones who pay tax. You are on duty free, but when you are sick, you go to foreign hospitals. Why? Our people in the country, they don't have even Panado or even no or anything about paracetamol. They can't get, because you don't care. When you are sick, you go to South Africa. When you are sick, you go to India, Egypt, wherever. So from now, there should be a law that hospitals of Malawi must cater each and every citizen, including the president. Maybe this is where you're going to cater and equip hospitals, because you know that you take treatment from there. We are not done. Education. From now on, there should be a law. We are talking to you, Tonsi Alliance, because we don't know what these people can do, because they have been there, they didn't do it. But if you can listen, do it again. That's a point of departure. Education, schools in Malawi must be accommodated or available to all children, including the president's children. There should be school in Malawi. Ministers' children, principal secretary, anyone who is rich, but if you are receiving public money, your kids must go to Malawi schools. Maybe this is where you are going to equip our education system, because you want your child to learn there. You will be able to equip and give it available resources. This thing of sending children to Eton College, to Oxford, when our other children are just anywhere, sleeping where there are no desks, should stop. If you do that, you have the votes of Malawi. If you don't, hallelujah, you won't find it. Now, in concluding, we want to find out, where is the president? The campaign, according to the rule of Malawi, the people that are competing on the field of play, they must be in the ground. We have not seen Mr. Peter Mutharika on the ground. Now it's maybe a month now since we saw him last month. We have not seen him, and we don't know where he is. And yet there are chaotic situations on the ground that requires the president. Mr. Tubele Muluzi, tell the nation in your campaign, where is your boss? Mr. Tubele Muluzi, tell the nation, how is Mr. President Peter Mutharika? Malawians want to know. For Tonsi Alliance, please deal with these matters. Don't ignore them, because Muvi Wachilungamo is everywhere, in the pockets, in the houses and bedrooms, cars and buses of every Malawian, inside and outside. So don't undermine this, because it's the volume of words. Thank you very much. This is the campaign for today. Let's meet tomorrow for Muvi Wachilungamo. Now, hello Muvi Wachilungamo, hello. Hello Muvi Wachilungamo, hello. You are great people. Thank you.